You are listening to the number one station of the year. Lagos number one station for talk. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Zaynab motherhood unique stories in reproductive health.
Pregnancy is quite challenging for me. For the first pregnancy, I had to deliver at 32 weeks. I hit my tummy on the curve and immediately I was rushed to the hospital.
How about asking questions that benefit your child, babies, and toddlers? Be a part of conversations that affect you, mothers, as well as your child on Maternity Line Show, where Zaynab unearths motherhood through unique stories in reproductive health.
Pregnancy is quite challenging for me. For the first pregnancy, I had to deliver at 32 weeks. I hit my tummy on the curve and immediately I was rushed to the hospital.
How about asking questions that benefit your child, babies, and toddlers?
Immunization for children has a lot of benefits. You vaccinate your child till 15 months. Most parents stop at 6 months when their babies stop breastfeeding.
On the show that features experts and professionals across maternal and child health. Join Zaynab as she amplifies voices of women for better physical, mental, and social well-being. We discuss parenting.
My kid is a bit older now. When he was younger, it was a bit more stressful, but now we kind of work with each other.
My name is Ugo. Thank you for bringing up this topic. So I'm a single mother.
And even hand the mic over to allies who are men and fathers, creating better outcome for child and maternal practices. Join Zaynab Fridays, 12:15 p.m. on 99.3 Nigeria Info on Maternity Line Show, an all-encompassing medium for every woman, mothers and intending mothers. Lagos, it's 99.3 Nigeria Info. Happy New Year, Lagos! Woohoo! It's not What's Up Lagos, it's Maternity Line Show. But I mean, across board, that's the energy. Happy New Year, Lagos! We made it. We made it to year 2025. All glory, honor, and adoration to God Almighty, who spared our lives to witness the brand new year 2025. What a time to be alive, manifesting our greatness. Yes. May this brand new year bring you joy that overflows, hope that inspires, love that surrounds, and of course, peace of mind like never before. It's 2025. Be at ease and peace with yourself, okay? There's always a challenge or challenges, but it's always a reason to also thank God Almighty as well. All right, so just hang in there. You'll be fine. It's 2025. I want to sound like a motivational speaker today on the show. So for everyone praying for the fruit of the womb, this year we shall congratulate you. We shall celebrate with you. If yours is to get married this year, you can go for it. And if yours is to travel, you want to jackpot, you can make that happen. It's never enough to just have a desire or just to dream about something. You also have to work towards it. It's 2025. Be the best version of yourself. Be the best that you can be. Don't forget, it's Maternity Line Show once again. You might be wondering who is that motivational speaker. Yes, I am Zaynab Yekin, and I would love to also remind you that in the words of the late American journalist, author, known for his famous work, Think and Grow Rich, one of the best-selling books of all time. Do not wait. Do not wait. The time will never just be right. Start where you are, start where you stand, and work with whatever tools you may have at your command, and better tools will find you as you go along. All right? Those are the words of Napoleon Hill. Okay? You can make anything fun. Just be intentional about everything. All right, so this is the very first episode of Maternity Line Show in the year 2025. And just to start the year, today we'll be having a very light-hearted conversation. I mean, this is a conversation that a friend and I came up with. She had reached out as a parent, as a fellow mother. She had a concern as to whether we parents of this generation are becoming less strict, lenient with our children. Lagos, I'm going on a short break. I'll be right back. When I come back, we'll jump on this conversation. Don't forget the lines to call 0201-277-0993, 0201-465-7190. Send me your WhatsApp message 0809-597-5805. The conversation is Parenting Generation Alpha. Stick around, Lagos. I'll be right back.
Nigeria has been waiting for. I beg to differ. Auditions open December 12, 2024 and close January 12, 2025. The clock is ticking. Visit www.nigeriainfo.fm now to register. I beg to differ. The Tournament of Champions.
This isn't a Game of Thrones. 99.3 Nigeria Info, your number one station for talk. Let's talk. Experience a better way to stay connected.
Listen, fellas and girls.
Download the Nigeria Info mobile app on iOS and Google Play Store. Join the conversation and stay connected. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. The conversation is just a click away. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
I am ready. I am more than ready. Yes, it's Maternity Line Show, and we are doing something different today. A bit different. We are still very much on track. Don't forget. We are not losing track at all. But there's the first day of the year, and this is what it feels to be on the show. I did say that I was going to be serving as a motivational speaker the other time when I opened the show, and that I did before I went on that short break. Right now, it's back to the conversation, and because we're still in that celebratory mood, the year 2025. Congratulations to every mother, every parent who welcomed their Abioduns 2 days ago. Even from that moment till now, and to the rest of the people expecting their bundle of joys this season, congratulations in advance to you. By the grace of God, these children will be responsible individuals and they'll be great to their nations. Do not give up on Nigeria, because it's the best country you can live in the world. Google it. Yes, it's Maternity Line Show. Nigeria Info is the dial. Where to find us online? We are at Nigeria Info FM on Twitter, on X, formerly Twitter. On Instagram, we are at Nigeria Info FM Lagos. On Facebook, go on there and like our page. We are streaming online, by the way, on Facebook and YouTube. Go on there to like our page and subscribe to our YouTube channels. All right. A big shout out to Lagos State government also for its commitment towards ensuring that the maternal and child care service in Lagos is top notch. I remember the Lagos State government, through the First Lady Dr. Ibijo Sanwo-Olu, 2 days ago, celebrated the arrival of the first babies of 2025 across 3 general hospitals in Lagos: Ikorodu General Hospital, Ifako-Ijayi General Hospital, Isolo General Hospital. And the First Lady was joined by the wife of the Deputy Governor of Lagos State as well, Mrs. Oluremi Hamzat, in presenting gifts to the newborns and their family. So big shout out to the parents of the newborns, and big shout out to those who are still expecting. Don't forget, please, to include parents who recently lost their children as well. Let's continue to pray for them. May they find solace in God Almighty. All right. Now, today being the first show for the year, I would love for us to have a light-hearted conversation. Actually, this conversation was meant to be a tete-a-tete, between myself and a friend of mine, a colleague, by the way, who is live with me in the studio. And guess what? She came with her husband. I'm okay, I go love Mr. Lahanmi, and of course, Olufisola Lahanmi. She's a media personality too with TVC. Yes, she's good at what she does. Olufisola is a journalist, social media and digital marketing expert, as well as an advocate for young people, especially young female child, godchild, if you like. So she's a mom of 2, working with TVC, and of course currently handles portfolios for both individuals and businesses within and outside the country. So, Olufisola, this is officially welcoming you on Maternity Line Show.
Thank you, Zaynab, for having me finally.
So, Lagos, let me tell you something. Myself and Olufisola haven't seen for how many years now?
About 4 years now.
Over 4 years. Yeah. Over 4 years. Please speak into the microphone. Yeah. Make yourself
about
more
4
comfortable.
years now.
Yes, we haven't seen, and we see each other's updates on social media. She's doing a lot. She travels a lot between. Mr. Lahanmi, how are you coping, leaving your wife to travel, to work related? She travels a lot, I see. I
have no choice.
I just
have to support her.
I love that. Thank you for supporting her career. Olufisola, it feels so good to have you here today. So the other time, about 3 weeks ago, you and I were discussing the gentle parenting, the trend of gentle parenting also. And then you also called my attention to a particular post which says, can we normalize being strict parents again? Our young people need help, And, it was an observation that you had, given the fact that you stumbled on this and you shared and you wanted us to have a conversation on that right?
Yeah.
So the conversation right now is not just between you and I. The conversation, the idea is to involve Lagos to be a part of this. And some of the questions I would love to put forward is, as parents, are we given too much of a freedom? I mean, too much of a free hand? Are we giving these kids, preschoolers, even toddlers or preteens, are we giving them too much freedom to do things on their own terms, or to do exactly as they wish or so desire? Or is it that by not being strict like many of our African parents and grandparents did to us, was our own parents in their early years, does that mean we are sparing the rod and spoiling the child? Are we raising a community of entitled children, the ones that have the freedom to do or decide as they see fit? Complete freedom to do what they want or what they choose to do. Who are these Gen Alphas as well? Lagos, this is me speaking directly to you. So the question today is parenting Gen Alpha. So all the alpha mamas in the house, this conversation is for you. Now, Fisola, as a mom of two, what has been your observation with the way parenting is changing? Maybe for good. I would not say for bad, because our parents and grandparents were stricter.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to actually start this conversation by saying that when I see others, like some people behave, like people of my age range, I celebrate my parents a lot. Like I respect them a lot, because a lot has been happening, and I'm like,
you are millennials, aren't you?
Yeah, I know. Because I'm starting from that aspect, because I salute them, because I was actually given a free hand at the age of 9. Yeah. Because
how do you mean?
Okay.
Friend?
9, I was lucky to get into secondary school, and I was in the hostel. So at the age of 9, I started taking things all by myself. I had to put my things together. I don't have to wait for my mom to tell me to go and wash my clothes. I don't have to wait for my parents to tell me what is right and what is wrong, because I went to a very funny secondary school, girls only, and we had a lot of trends. If you understand what I'm trying to say, but my parents were not there, but the tutelage gave me the other time, like while growing
back home,
yeah, because I went to my dad's school while growing up. He owned a primary school, nursery and primary, so it's been just about him. Just my dad. My dad is always the uncle in the morning and dad in the evening. Yeah, so starting from that aspect, and then seeing my children, I can't say that, okay, I'm going to go with the trend that you are using soft parenting, because we always, myself and my husband, always have issues with that.
That's Mr. Lahanmi in the studio.
Yeah. There's this what he's always saying, something voice. Use a cool voice. I said cool voice with Raymond. I don't know if I'm permitted to use Yoruba. Yoruba.
That console Yoruba.
Yes. My mom would say, Obiti obati ke un soro. Umaketon sare.
Oh, translate.
Do you get? Okay, so a mother that doesn't train her voice right now, while our children are growing up, when that child is grown, you will, that your leg that you don't want to, that is already weak, you will run after that child later when you grow up. So I always let him know that is my mom's slogan, my late mom's slogan.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, and it's been anytime I'm out there, that is always behind, like I always have it at the back of my mind that obiti obati ke un soro umaketon sare. So I'm always instilling that, especially for my first child, who is a boy. I stand my ground. Raymond, you are not doing this. And in fact, I no longer even have to use my voice to even say a lot. My body language has said a lot already. When his younger sister is even doing the wrong thing, he comes to meet me, Mommy, Arike did this. So he understands already. He's taking things up. Sometimes when I even beat his sister, he takes things up. You go and help her change our outfit. It's just going to be 4 years. But Raymond is already doing even beyond what I expect of him.
Right. So you've raised, I love the fact that you said he's doing beyond what you expect of him at this age. Raymond is how old now?
Yeah, Raymond will be 4 in May.
Now, so this is something about Gen Alpha and Lagos. I should tell you a bit about who Gen Alphas are. So, Gen Alpha, we may not be able to take a deep dive into who they really are that much, what they care about, and how they will shape the future of everything because of time. But essentially, they are the youngest generation. Their predecessors are Gen Z and Gen Y. Talk of millennials, we the millennials. Talk of the Gen Z that everybody has on their lips
popular
right now. The baby boomers like Uncle Jimmy. Uncle Jimmy, if you are listening, I know you are going to say something. Yes. Also, so they engage in activities beyond their years, as Fisola rightly pointed out. Often their childhood likely involves doing things they were new, things that are of new experiences. Let me put it that way, like taking, they read books, they play sports, pianos. Like my 4-year-old is doing ballerina, she's dancing, all of that, things that we probably were not so much exposed to during our time, right? Also, these experiences help shape them because they were engaging and it's given them the opportunity to learn, right? And research also makes us understand that Generation Alpha are those people, those kids born between the year 2010 and 2024, some 2025. So 2024, 2025, they are children born between the year 2010 and 2025, essentially. Now, Generation Alpha began. So if you have who is a teenager between the age of, say, 13, 15, right from their toddler, right from the time they are toddler, right from the time they are preteens, right from the time they are preschoolers, right from the time that they are just in their early teenage years. Those are the children we are talking about. And if you are a very good observant as a parent, you know that these people also do things differently. And research also makes us understand that these people, they just have the minds of their own. The last time I brought my daughter here, that was last Friday. Of course, she's just a 4-year-old. I was able to say so much. So she was telling me, I was stressing her, right? It's my birthday. I don't want to be stressed. Leave me. My mother back then would probably have give me a slap or something, signal. And I sort of signal that, oh, you don't say that. Things that our parents would think were wrong things to say. But this generation of children, they are so expressive right now. And I also, you mentioned something the other time. So I have someone very close to me. She has a child of 12 years, 13. All the time she's the one, the mother is the one doing the laundry. And I keep telling her, you can't continue to do this. Even when these children are on holiday, engage them. Let them do this. No, I didn't want to stress. And I remember when I was, I think 9 or 10, I was doing everything practically. You pointed out something similar while you were talking. Now, do you think that this generation of children, Generation Alpha, as a mother, do you think we are over pampering them? Do they need help? Are we spoiling them? From your own perspective as a mother.
Okay, so I would say that this Generation Alphas we're talking about, to some extent, this expressive behavior has been helpful. To some extent. Because you can, Ali, would you notice, let me use the word that, Ali, would you see that a child is suffering in silence? We've always had rape all along, that people, like, when they're later older, they'll start saying, oh, I've been raped so age. But my baby girl, that's Arike, that's 2, if you touch her in a part that's not good enough, she would react. She's like, stop, even me, stop that, don't touch me. And I'm like, who is teaching you this thing? You understand? Now,
But aren't you personally teaching her that?
Yeah, I have. But I was not really giving it that serious thing because,
so she knows
our parents would be like, don't expose them too
Maybe
much.
school?
School. I feel the school too is also doing their part on that. So I see that it's been helpful to some extent. So I don't want to totally rule out their activities that as a wrong one. But the aspect that they don't want to own up to things, they have this sense of I should be pampered. Like my mom
don't stress me.
Yeah, don't stress me. Don't do this. You understand? Even there was a time, Raymond, I was practically burning out. I was really angry. Raymond just came close and he was like, Mommy, sorry.
He observed something was wrong.
Yeah. Sorry. What do you want? You can just come give me water. And that's because of how I brought him up.
I think it's the confidence for me.
Yeah.
From what you're saying, this doesn't mean that even older generations couldn't have observed when their parents were going through one thing or
surprising.
Another. But the confidence to now come forward and say, Mom, Dad, are you okay?
It would like, sorry, do you want water? And I'm like, Raymond, do you understand that kind of thing? So I feel that some of this attitude has been helpful. But then having to do this so much, having to expose them because they're generation alpha, they're exposed and all. Okay, so I don't give him my phone, but my elder sister, in fact, he has access to our phone. And there are times that when he's operating this phone, I'm like, blood of Jesus. Raymond, what is happening? Do you understand? Who taught you all of these things? Because he will just open the games, this Mortal Kombat. He's operating it so well. I can't even play them. He was singing a song one time like that, and I don't even play songs in my house. Hardly would you hear me play any song. But he was singing these lyrics from Davido. And I'm like, where is this? So I feel that they're exposed already. We should take it easy on them. They know these things. But then we should have this correctional teaching in the house more often, that this is how you should do it. So my phone is not going to be given to him because I know that there are times that he can go to YouTube. I got them tabs, but then I purposely did a restriction.
Right.
Even the cartoons they watch, all of these things, it's giving them a lot of sense of entitlement, a lot of things happening online that you would think that, okay, it's for children, they can still watch it and all of those things.
So I think you are making a very valid point, because even though parental control, social media, age restrictions, among others, are some of the ways to keep this class of people in check, Generation Alpha somehow quickly still reaching their full potential, so, and it's now the onus now lies on the parents to do the needful by not unnecessarily exposing them to the screen. I've stumbled on a lot of content because I follow a lot of motherhood pages and all, and now I'm realizing for myself too right now that it's even best to engage them in reading, leisure reading. They could have their leisure time to do other things. Let them just hop around. They don't have to be, on the screen all the time. So it all goes a long way. So all Gen Alpha's mommy, hop on this conversation. Let's have your thoughts. Are we doing too much? Are we overdoing things? Do you think that this class of people, Generation Alpha, do they need help? I see a message here. Good afternoon. What is the call line number to call? Okay, the numbers to call 02012770993020. Have your name. Okay, well, I'm already calling the number 02012770993020. 01-465-7190 0809-597-5805. As I said earlier, we're just having a light-hearted conversation, even though it's a serious conversation somehow, but it's a new year, 2025, so we are starting on a very soft note. Good afternoon.
Zaynab, Happy New Year.
Same to you. That's Chief Mr.
Thank you very much, my sister.
And Chief Mister, I know there is Rashidi Yekini. My own is yakin. Okay.
Okay.
Because
Yakin.
yakin, because according to
Yakin.
Arabic is alamali yakin, so is yakin.
Okay.
It is Yoruba that turns it to yakini yo.
Yakini.
So mine
Okay,
is
say hi
yakin.
to Mr. Yakin.
All right, thank you.
Thank
Okay,
you very
let's have
much.
your thoughts
And
on
our
this.
sister, Happy New Year as well.
Yeah, Happy New Year, sir.
You know, I'm a single father. The parents they call him.
All right.
So they need close monitoring. Because with what is going out there now, especially on this is it a social, what they call it?
The social media,
Like Madam
age,
talk about the phone.
the digital age.
Yes.
Yeah, so we need to monitor them closely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Chief Mister, and well done. So now, Lagos, each generation spans 15 years. I have another caller. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Happy New Year.
The same to you.
Happy New Year to your guest also.
Same to you, sir.
You know, let's say in year 2000, there was one we had that for long. We had the millennium generation.
Mm-hmm.
So now we are having the Gen Alpha, X generation, Y generation, Z generation. But you see, all we need to do is that really where most of these things are coming from, mostly, is from the social media. Like according to Mrs. Bisalana, she said her song was singing one song from this Davido. Even along the road, you hear music standing there left and right. And you see there are some music that the lyrics will always attract. The music itself will attract. Call some children to come and sing all this Davido, whiskey. They will tell them to just sing some choruses in church. They will be fumbling. So what we just need to do is that, well, according to Mrs. Bigger, she said, it means an elder that does not harden his or her voice to talk will have a bow leg. You know, it's better to run after a child with straight legs than having a bow leg to run after a
when
child.
you're still younger.
Yeah.
So that's Aketo. Keto is the bow leg. People that have bow leg.
You people to come and teach the children on Oye Yoruba on Kids FM.
Hello?
Yes, we're with you.
In this season now, like before, if a child misbehaves, even from outside, they will punish that child. And that child will not dare to come inside and say, I did this something big.
Communal love.
Because the child knows it should be an additional punishment. All those things are not happening. Before you want to caution the child outside, the mother will say, the father will say, so that's not that. So we should try and go back to the way communities are being raised before. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Mr. Lahanmi appears to disagree with him. He just shook his head.
Hello.
I'm going back to Mr. Lahanmi. Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. This is Akibe on the line.
Hey, Madam Ahigbe. So good to hear your voice. That's brand new year. Yeah.
What is there is that in the education, that even God made it plain. Choose today, either right or wrong. But I prefer that you have the righteousness of it. But whichever one you choose, it will meet us at the point of our need. When you are teaching children, let them know the disadvantage and advantage of what you want to teach them. That is the basic. Then if they choose the positive, add to them the learning power. Are you hearing me?
Yeah, very well.
Here, add to them the learning power, and that the one that disadvantage, for there is no way you can escape devil. God, the Bible says, evil is bound to come to this earth. But woe unto that man who allowed the devil to use him or her.
Thank you, Madam
Is it the
Aigbe.
wrong side they need, or is it the righteous side they need?
Right.
So you have to bring them to the light of the righteous side so that they will run away from the evil.
Right.
Or walking without result, like the fruit tree.
All right, Madam Aigbe. Essentially, you are saying we shouldn't spare the rod and spoil the child. Thank you so very kindly. I have another one here. He says, I'm going through the message now. Okay, so you're still trying to get the number 0201-277-0993, 0201-465-7190, 0809-597-5805. So, Jibola is saying that, good afternoon. This is a good one, and it's indeed a light-hearted conversation. Things we don't pay attention to, but it does really happen. Let's just take the proper guide as parent that we are. Thank you so much, Jibola. Now, to build on the nomenclature so far, I have this call. Let me pick it first. Good afternoon. Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon, beautiful sister Zen.
Good afternoon, a merchant man, I'm guessing.
Yeah, good afternoon to you, I guess, as well.
Right.
On a very lighter note, like your topic connotes, I think it's good we pay attention, like you bring it to the best for people to understand that in as much as we care for our children, it's not enough reason for us to ignore the basics, because most times when you look at the training people,
you have 30 seconds, Chief Merchant Man.
Yeah, you see people.
To go. Sorry about that.
First and foremost, it's been a whole year of the new show Borderlines. We've covered several global issues, and we will continue to cover even more. Now, if you have any suggestions regarding Borderlines, whether it's how you want us to be better, what you want us to change, it'll be an interesting thing to learn from you. We will be most appreciative if you could share it with us. You will have to go to any of the Borderlines posts. Borderlines on YouTube at Nigeria Info 99.3, on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos, on Facebook, we post all the Borderline posts there, and also on Twitter, which is now called X. Just go there in the comment section, put your suggestions, and honestly, we're going to review as many of them as possible. If you like, you can hashtag Borderlines, all right? And if there's a story that you had been wanting us to cover, global events, global news, that's what we talk about. Until then, have a fabulous new year. Bye-bye, all the best.
The Financial Services Regulation Coordinating Committee, FSRCC, in collaboration with the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, wishes to draw the attention of the public to the activities of illegal financial operators, IFOs, which threaten public trust and the stability of the Nigerian financial system. The general public is hereby advised to refrain from dealing with unlicensed financial operators who deceive individuals with unrealistically high investment returns. Verify the licensing status of such schemes on these websites: www.cbn.gov.ng, www.nicom.gov.ng, www.pencom.gov.ng, www.sec.gov.ng, www.fsrcc.gov.ng. To report any suspicions of illicit financial activities, call CBN 0665 7060 0707 338 4828, SEC 0209 462 1168. Announcer, FSRCC.
Ladies and gentlemen, it still is the season of giving. So says oneplay.ng. That is why they want you to dial the code *347 *880 *3#. Yes, if you want our money, dial that code. Or you could go to the website at www.oneplay.ng, as in one, the number one, PLAY.ng. Once you get there, select Nigeria Info as your station, and just like that, your ticket will be withdrawn. Of course, you have to commit the paltry sum of 500 naira to each ticket. Now, you can play as many times as possible to give yourself a bigger chance of winning. And remember that your chances of winning are pretty much the same whether you play on oneplay.ng or you use the code *347 *880 *3#. Now, remember that at the end of the week, there's going to be a 500,000 naira jackpot. I know, it's mind-blowing. You can't beat that.
All right, Lagos, we are back. Parenting Gen Alpha, Generation Alpha is the conversation we are having. Do you think we are overdoing things? Are we leaving these children to make unnecessary choices? Are we being too soft-handed with them? And that has been a conversation we are having, because earlier there was a trend that had most of the mothers dragged online, where some mothers are saying that mothers especially are overdoing things. This time, not even saying parents generally. Now we have a caller, just 30 seconds. Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Mrs. Oboli.
Happy New Year. So, on today's topic, the only thing I would just say is that we should listen more as parents. Growing up, I would just say parents were a bit high-handed. Though I got the values they wanted me to get, but they didn't listen to me. There are times I was beaten and, I didn't really know what I did. And so listening more helps. It helps me presently as a modern-day mom. And
thank you so much, Mrs. Oboli. Thank you. Your point is well noted. So, Mr. Lahanmi, you were going to say something.
Okay, yes. When the caller said something about communal
correction,
communal
punishment,
correction,
discipline,
I really don't take to that because Yorubas will say no lomo. If my child does something that you don't like, just come report to me now.
Thank you. Thanks for pointing that out. Mr. Fisola, last word because we have to go.
Okay, so
real quick.
I just want to encourage parents not to give their children the loose ends, so to say, because they're already exposed. So just try to cope them while they're inside.
Guide them well. Lagos, thank you so much. Fisola Lahanmi, Adeyemi Lahanmi, thank you for being on the show today. Lagos, Down for Conversation is coming right after the news at 1, and later at 3 is Mary Ann on Hard Facts, and at 4 p.m. is Borderlines. Feta is live in the studio. Stick around for the news.
No rules for even the extent of the punishment.
Those women that who are leaders in politics, they refuse to marry because of what they are nagging. When it comes to that position, we would rather divorce.
But Prosper, if you're right. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.